Hey everybody, what is going on? This is Orby3NWO bringing you my top 5 under-the-radar outside linebackers for Madden 13, and this is the last of this series. I want to say thank you guys very much for just tuning in and being a part of this. I really want to thank you guys. I'll look forward to seeing you next year in Madden 14. And again, these aren't the best outside linebackers in Madden, but these are guys that you can take in your coach mode or your superstar mode or even on fantasy team, can really make a difference while saving you some cap space. So let's jump right into the list. Number 5 is the Pittsburgh Steelers' Jason Pierre, and this guy's a very good athlete, but he basically made this list because of one single stat that we'll get to here in just a second. His speed's an 80, acceleration's a 90, which is the highest on the list, strength is a 76, and his agility's a 76, so he's a very solid athlete. His tackling is a 79, which is actually the lowest on this list, and of course he's a linebacker, so that's a pretty big deal. 76 jumping, and 75 power moves. This is the stat I was going to tell you about. 96 finesse moves. That's one of the highest out of any linebacker on the entire game, and that thing will set him apart, something that you can build on for the future. His block shedding's a 79, pursuit's an 87, which is pretty high. He has sort of low play recognition with a 64. He's not very good in coverages, so you're going to want to use this guy, basically take advantage of those finesse moves and the power moves that he has and get this guy to the quarterback. You don't want to be putting him out in coverage very much because he really just can't handle it. He's got 81 hit power as well, so he can really knock some guys out. Number 4 is the Buccaneers' Lavonte David, and this guy takes a step up from Worlds and is a lot more solid across the board. 83 speed, 84 acceleration. He's kind of low on strength at a 65, but he has 88 agility. His tackling is the highest on this list at an 85. So again, he's a solid linebacker, can do what you need. 88 jump, which is again is the highest on this list. He's a freak of an athlete. His power moves are a 63 and his finesse moves are a 67. Those numbers aren't blow you off the charts, but the guy's young and they're very solid, so you can build on them very quickly. His block shedding is a 62 as well, which is a little low, but he has 92 pursuit, 75 play recognition, and his coverages are much higher, 64 and 77, to go along with a hit power of 64. You'll see right here, this guy is a playmaker. Even if he is not out there actually making the hit, he gets on balls. He has that type of mentality. You can use this guy a lot of different ways. Like I said, his coverage is a little better. It's, like I said, 64 and 77. That's man and zone respectively. So he can play coverage if you need him to. But you can see his aggressiveness inside will cause other plays to happen on the field. Number 3 is the Denver Broncos' Wesley Woodyard. And this is another guy that really lights up the stat board. His speed is an 85, which is the highest on the list. 88 acceleration, 67 strength, and 84 agility. Another very good athlete. He has 84 tackle and 86 jump, which is another double stat there that is very high. Low power moves at only a 45, but he has good finesse moves at 61. Block shedding's a 73. He sets himself a little bit apart here in these later stats. His pursuit's a 90. Play recognition's a 73. His man coverage is a 52, and his zone coverage is a 68. That is actually the highest combination on this list other than Lavonte David that we just passed. And the thing that really helps him a little bit above David is his hit power. It's an 82, which is the second highest on this list. This is a guy that you can use like most outside linebackers and just send him, let him cut himself loose and send him at the quarterback if you want, but he's not going to hurt you in coverage at all. He's very solid there, so you can play him a lot of different ways. Number 2 is the Arizona Cardinals' Sam Acho, and these last two guys are your prototypical outside linebackers like DeMarcus Ware, guys that you want to send straight for the quarterback almost every time. His speed's an 82, acceleration's an 84, strength is a 71, and agility's a 75, but he sets himself apart in his skill stats. His tackling's an 81, jumping's a 75, power moves are an 89 to go along with 65 finesse moves. Block shedding's an 82. People cannot stay in front of this guy. Pursuit's a 91, which is off the charts. Play recognition's a 74, which is solid. His coverages aren't very high, 38 and 45 respectively, but he has a high 78 hit power. Again, like I was saying, this is a guy that plays a lot like a DeMarcus Ware. You can use him in coverage if you want. He's good enough to get some stuff done, but that's not what this guy is made for. You want to pin this guy's ear back and let him run right at the quarterback. Bring up some blitzes, figure out how to do it, and he'll crush guys all day. Number 1 is the Texans' Whitney Merciless, and he could not be named any better. This guy is merciless. He is basically Sam Acho, only a few steps ahead. He's got an 84 speed, 89 acceleration, 82 strength, and 72 agility. That's the best athlete we've seen. His tackling's an 82, his jump is an 82, his power moves are a 93, and his finesse moves are an 80. The guy will not be denied, and he cannot be stopped. His block shedding's a 71, 88 pursuit, play recognition's a 60, and again, just like Acho, his coverages are very low, 29 and 39, but his hit power is an 85. The guy is made to crush people. I'll show you in this play here, he can be out there and make that open field tackle. You don't want to rely on him to play great coverage on a slot receiver or a tailback that gets motioned out. That's not what he's for. This guy can pick up the slack if you need him to, but what you really need to be doing most times with him is sending him at the quarterback. Let him use that 85 hit power and that 82 tackle and bust the ball out just like that. Alright everybody, that was my top 5 under-the-radar outside linebackers for Madden 13. This has been the final video in this series. Again, I want to take just a second and say thank you guys for sticking with me for the whole ride. This was a lot of fun, and like I said, I just want to thank you guys for sticking with it the whole time. I really appreciate all the help and support that came with this. I'll see you again next year for Madden 14, and as always, if you think that the order was messed up, or if I left someone off the list, or if you just have ideas for next year, how I could do this better, I'd love to hear them in the comments section. Let me hear all that. Thanks guys, and I'll catch you next time.